We got the last of our exterior foam delivered today. We got this from a local company that gets reclaimed foam and also does spray foam insulation. It was nice to save a little bit of money on this because buying this brand new is really expensive. Some of this is straight from the factory, just had defects like this, so they couldn't sell it.
What we're gonna do now is cut our window bucks for our exterior insulation over there. So we're gonna have 3 inches. So what we're gonna do is basically buck out our windows 3 inches. We're gonna cut these to the window opening, and then we're gonna have our neighbor rip them down. There it is, all cut up. I'm going to use up the rest of these ledger locks, and then we're going to be getting some 5-inch, just like construction deck screws, because these are just like way too big and very expensive if we needed like the 250 that we need. The other thing we're doing is putting some ring shank nails up through the bottom and at the top, and that kind of holds the corners together a little better. But this is pretty sturdy, so hopefully we'll hold the window just fine. Guess we'll find out. We got our flashing delivered, and this is basically just gonna sit on top of the foam here. But I wanted to make some corners so it would look kind of nice. Okay, I've never really worked with flashing before, but I went on YouTube this morning and found out how to cut flashing at corners. So, for my purpose, I'm measuring 8 inches, and then the width of this, which is 3.5. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches on each side. 11.5. Crimp here, because there is a hem. I think that just helps it bend a little better. And take it and then around. Alright, it's obviously really thick and kind of hard to work with, but if we just put a little screw in here to hold it, or a rivet, it should be good, and then we'll just nail these on. as you can see, we started this screen. This is going to be our bug screen. So the insulation will sort of sit on here. And then this bug screen will roll up. This is stainless steel screen. It'll just roll up like that and prevent ants and other insects from traveling into the screen. So we're just taping it on with zip tape. We started our exterior insulation. It's pretty slow going because we're cutting it by hand around the windows, which are a pain, but it's not too bad. So we're just securing these temporarily, and then we'll go back and put the rest of them on. Just want to make sure everything was lined up okay. And we're using 3.5-inch screws with these plastic washers. Starting on our second row. It's very chilly and windy again today. See? Stuff flying around. Yep. Figured it out. Our plan is to do 3 inches of exterior insulation. So this is obviously our first layer. It's 1.5 inches, and hopefully we'll have enough to do second layer. This would probably give us like an R20-ish on the outside walls, and then the inside we'll have like an R22, R23. So our walls will be like R40. It's pretty good. It's going to be very toasty in here. This stuff is all reclaimed. I got it from a local guy. I think it might be like factory seconds, or doesn't actually look like any of this stuff was used. Some of the edges are messed up, but obviously it was well discounted, so that was good. Because this stuff's expensive. But yeah, the first row was really slow going because we had to cut a lot. But this row should be fairly easy because we don't need to cut anything. We got most of this done. We just need to bring the lift over here to do top row. But we need to get our window flashing done before we can insulate above the windows. So, we're kind of in a holding pattern there, but we're gonna keep moving on. Do 1 layer around the whole house as much as we can.
We've just been working on exterior insulation the past couple of days. We got the front done. We don't need to do that peak because that's up in the attic. And the orange spots that you're seeing there is spray foam for anywhere where these gaps, or where there were gaps between the sheets, because these were factory rejects. Some of the edges weren't perfect, so we're just filling them. So we've been doing that. We started putting up our second layer of foam back here. We're just tacking it on temporarily, and we're going to go back and put the strapping on, and that'll be screwed into studs and hold the second layer on, and that's how we're going to attach our siding. So yep, just getting the second layer. Looks good. It's right in line with the window bucks. Alright, this one we had to cut a lot, fancy cutting. Yeah, so that's the second layer. We'll have to fill in above the headers once we get flashing. We have this piece to put in. So far it's kind of slow going. We wanted to put up some of the strapping today just to see how that was going to be. It is really tough to hit the studs, but I think we have it now and should be able to measure over 16 inches.
Yeah, I think we got it figured out.
I think we got it dialed in, but the first couple were sort of tests and took extra time.
I think that's enough. We're using these Fasten Master headlock screws. These are 6 inches. Pricey, but this is gonna meet all the requirements for holding on our siding, which is just gonna be pine, so it won't be too heavy. But these seem to be working pretty well so far.
Easy to carry these when it's windy. Excuse you.
Our second layer of foam on the back is going on, and we're trying something new. We did a half row so that the seams would be staggered, and then we're running the sheets up lengthwise. So it covers the same amount of area as it would doing 3 rows of sheets, but we only have to do 2 rows. I like to use this paper to press it down because this stuff can cut you. So I found that this works. Kind of get a lot of the wrinkles out, press it out, press it down.